can be covered in a mere 13.75 seconds. That's the track record. The largest field of sprint cars ever assembled came to decide the championship. There were 4 heats with drivers able to drop their worst performance. Tony Palmer was there.
They call it the home of the outlaws, which is rather ironic since anyone who's anyone from the mainstream of Speedway is here for the National Sprint Car Champs. This high bank circuit at Meremere, just south of Auckland, is an excellent natural amphitheatre and is very good particularly for the big 600 horsepower sprint cars because it's 1/3 mile rather than the quarter mile which has been traditional in Australasian Speedway. Let's meet some of the leading competitors for the National Sprint Car Champs. Who's your major opposition here?
Oh, they're all tough now, Tony. There's Barry, there's all the cars from New Plymouth, Owen Shaw, Goody. They're all fast.
Is it easier or harder to drive than a quarter mile?
It's easier to drive. This is a very wide circuit, gives you plenty of room, and it stops guys blocking you. You can adopt another line, hopefully, providing the track doesn't go away too much.
The competition's so great now that you've got to have your car set up very, very exact and very close to being 100% right, otherwise you're going to go slow compared to the next guy. It's easier to go fast, but it's harder to beat the guy that's going faster than you.
As the day warms up, the track will slick off. We'll then change bars, slightly different setup, stagger, and it comes down. That's what will come down today, because every guy here there's a split second between all of us, and that's what it comes down to, setup.
And, because of the banking and the shape of the racetrack, you can use up all the horsepower, you know.
Oh, that'd suit you just fine, wouldn't it?
Well, it suits most sprint cars, yeah.
Bit of a hard case, that Barry Butterworth, always in the front running, and the lineup is Tony Allen, Barry Butterworth, Max Butterworth, Ray Jones, Shane Turner, Kerry Jones, Keith Simpson. That's the way the front looks. They've got to start their way in the first of the CTRA Sprint Car Nationals. Already Tony Allen out in front. Barry Butterworth coming through behind him there. The Dayglow paint on the front. Ray Jones in 3rd place. But it's Tony Allen leading them round, pulling quite a substantial margin now. Barry Butterworth coming out, trying to catch up with him. He's gained some ground on this lap. Allen, Butterworth, Max Butterworth, Ray Jones coming through now. Shane Turner. The leader still Tony Allen. The Allen brothers racing here. Tony and Mike. Cars number 5 and 6. This one 5, Tony Allen. Likeable Englishman. Barry Butterworth not far behind him. Just coming into your picture there. Being pressured too by Ray Jones. This 3rd mile circuit, they're reaching over 100 miles an hour, 160 kilometres an hour. Tony Allen well in control. Awful slippery for the first race. It'll dry out as the day goes on, and it'll get more grippy. Whoa! Barry Butterworth off, right over the top. Now, Noel Goodwin has done that a couple of times on this circuit. Straight over the edge of the bank and down into pit lane. See if we can get a look at that again. Barry Butterworth clean off the top of the bank and crunching down. Car didn't turn over, managed to land on the wheels. And he seems to be okay. Barry Butterworth just about to take his helmet off. He's all right, a bit shaken. So Tony Allen clearly in the lead now. Ray Jones up to 2nd. Max Butterworth 3rd. Kerry Jones, then Alan Wakeling, Keith Simpson and Shane Turner. They'll get a restart in just a moment. Barry Butterworth's car looking decidedly second-hand. That's the way they'll restart. Allen, Jones, Butterworth. That's Max Butterworth, Jones, Wakeling, Simpson, Turner. 2 Butterworths and 2 Joneses in the field. The restart straight away. That's Ray Jones round in front. So Jones from Tony Allen from Kerry Jones. Points allocated at 20, 19, 18, 17 and so on down. You can drop your worst performance from 4 races. The national title for sprint cars. So Ray Jones still leading Tony Allen and pulling out further now. He'd come up through the field anyway. Having got the lead, he's running away with it. Ray Jones, Tony Allen, Kerry Jones. On the last lap, Max Butterworth back to 4th place, then Alan Wakeling behind him and Keith Simpson back in 6th. This man, Ray Jones, in 69. Huge crowd here, being treated to an excellent finish as Ray Jones, Tony Allen, Kerry Jones, Max Butterworth, Alan Wakeling, Keith Simpson is the order. While Bill Roberts down there waving the flags, that's the way they finished in race 1. Dropping your worst performance from 4 races. Plenty of crowd here at the Super Bowl at Meremere. Ready for a start now in race 2. Lining up and coming round. Owen Shaw in the lead. Keith Simpson, Mike Allen, Alan Wakeling, Kerry Jones, Tony Allen, Ray Jones, Shane Turner's the lineup. Behind them, Max Butterworth, John Ray and Dave Tollemache. Straight away, it's Owen Shaw out of the lead in car 43. Completing the first lap, Owen Shaw absolutely dominant here. Keith Simpson, Mike Allen, Alan Wakeling's the order at the moment. Shaw, Simpson, Allen, Wakeling, Jones, Allen. Oh, he's done the same thing, Owen Shaw, as Barry Butterworth did. Except not quite in the same place. It looks like he's taken the pit escape road. So Owen Shaw out of the race, leaving Keith Simpson in the lead. Car number 10. Amazing the way he just went straight off the edge there, whether he was in trouble or not. The race has been stopped. But Owen Shaw, having come from a successful night last night at Palmerston North, going straight out the pit exit and into pit lane. So we got a restart. It'll be Keith Simpson, Kerry Jones, Alan Wakeling, Ray Jones, Mike Allen, Tony Allen, John Ray, Shane Turner, Max Butterworth. The order. Keith Simpson immediately in the lead. As Tony Allen said before we started, this Super Bowl circuit at Meremere is much better than a small quarter mile because you can't block on it. The grid's very important, the draw at the start, but there's space to get through the field. Keith Simpson, Kerry Jones, Alan Wakeling, Ray Jones is the order. 10, 84, 27, 69, 6. The Allens together back in 5th and 6th place. Race leader is Keith Simpson in car 10. Kerry Jones chasing him. 10, 84, 27, 69. Track starting to get more grippy as the day goes on. Drying out, it was an absolute mud pool this morning. You can see there down on the running line that there's some grip to be had. So still the order, Simpson, Jones, Wakeling, Jones, Allen, Allen. Keith Simpson holding on to that lead just tenuously from Kerry Jones. Jones trying desperately to get round the outside of him, but there's less grip up wide. Catching as he goes into that top corner and losing it again in a straight line. As Keith Simpson grunts away, this time Kerry Jones having a go at the outside, can't quite make it. And seconding again for second place. He catches at that end of the circuit very, very easily, but he's right up wide there and he's lost a good 20 metres. Coming around to complete the last lap of this race 2, and remember they can drop the worst performance. There the checkered flag. Keith Simpson, Kerry Jones, Alan Wakeling, Ray Jones is the order. With 2019, 18, 17 the points being allocated for that race. Lining up for race 4 now. Well, Max Butterworth has very kindly just loaned me his car to go out and have a play on out on this 3rd mile circuit. Quite different than a quarter mile. And Speedway is very different than any other kind of motorsport. It is a great deal more difficult than it looks. That'll be the understatement of the week. When you get up wide, it is so slippery. These cars swap ends very, very easily. 600 horsepower on a dirt track is a lot to handle. The quicker drivers here are certainly very, very skilled. Owen Shaw, John Ray, Tony Allen, Mike Allen, Kerry Jones, Shane Turner is the line-up for this race. And very quickly, Owen Shaw out to prove a point in that race where he went off the pit exit. Shaw leading Ray from Allen, from Mike Allen, from Kerry Jones, from Shane Turner, Max Butterworth, Alan Wakeley. Ray Jones in this one having to start off the back of the grid and work his way through. There is very definitely a grippy race line here, and getting wide, whether it's in a midget, a 3/4 or a sprint car, loses ground. Owen Shaw from John Ray. John Ray in car 17 chasing there with Shaw. Tony Allen in car 5 is 3rd. Mike Allen in car 6 is 4th. And then Kerry Jones. And these two battling it out up front, Shaw and Ray. Tony Allen there just coming through frame. Mike Allen, Kerry Jones, Alan Wakeley, the order back down. Max Butterworth bringing up the rear. But these two, Owen Shaw and John Ray, battling it out. 5 laps remain. This may well decide the championship. It's very, very tight at the top between Kerry Jones, John Ray and Tony Allen. Kerry Jones in need of a good place here. 2nd will do him just nicely. So the order still Owen Shaw, John Ray, Tony Allen, Kerry Jones. Kerry Jones moves up a place. But a good healthy lead to Owen Shaw. Spin there straight away for John Ray. That's going to drop him back 2 places. Owen Shaw, still the leader in car 43. John Ray, Tony Allen, Kerry Jones, Alan Wakeley. Been excellent racing throughout the day. No one clearly dominant. And Kerry Jones, the man picking up the good places, is in the lead on points at the moment if he can hold his current position. Get a track's eye view of just how quickly they're going around here. And that's Owen Shaw. Bad luck again for car 43, Owen Shaw. That might be an engine gone, so that leaves it to John Ray in car 17. Tony Allen behind him, and Kerry Jones moves up another place. That's the way they finish. John Ray, Kerry Jones, Tony Allen, Alan Wakeley, Keith Simpson. As while Bill Roberts waves the flags earnestly again, and that's going to mean a win overall for Kerry Jones. That's the way they finished. Kerry Jones with 56 points, John Ray 55, Tony Allen 54, and Alan Wakeley after the runoff. Tony Allen wins over Alan Wakeley, and the overall winner is Kerry Jones.
So well done, Kerry Jones.